I we're back, baby.
Oh, full bar.
How we
Full
doing? Happy Tuesday, March 10th. While these idiots chug their respective drinks, I will do our little intro. Happy Tuesday, March 10th. Sorry we're an hour late. I had a tea time this morning.
There
It was fun. But
worst problems to have, man. Worst problems to be late.
Yeah. We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about because yesterday was like NFL Circus Day.
Mhm.
The first day of the new league year, I guess, is the technicality. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Free agent frenzy. If you guys were watching ESPN or any sports yesterday, you guys, I'm sure, saw it. And we got some other stuff to talk about. Team USA took down Mexico last night. But first off, it's the first time we've all three been on in about a week. How we doing, guys?
I'm good. I mean, obviously, Dusty and I have been hanging out. So, Brooks, what you been up to, man?
You know, working, getting shit done. How was your guys' weekend hanging out together?
It was good. A lot of fun.
Did you guys get to play golf?
No, we did not. That's a long story. Won't get into it.
All right. Good talk.
All right. But no, it was a good time. We got down there. Roach and I made like 4 or 5 pit stops, one of which was a liquor store to bring booze over to Dusty's house. But we stopped at like the outlets. We stopped at the Jetty. We were just getting
Stopped
picked
at the
off.
Jetty. That's awesome.
Yeah. Stopped at the Jetty, had a beer and a hook, and then got back on the road. But a lot of fun, good times. We get down there, and Roach doesn't know that Dusty has an N64, and I knew that he had an N64. I didn't know that he had Mario Kart. We get there.
Game of
I've got 3 Mario Karts.
we brought a 30-pack of Keystone because we remember talking about Dusty liking Keystone. We get there, and I swear, Dusty, what was it? Within an hour, we drank 27 beers.
Yeah, we had
case race.
we had no, we did a drunk driving case race. We played like all 16 maps, and we played every other one was a Beerio kart. So we
kart, man.
We were in shambles quickly.
Nice.
Then we went to Cork Bar, and that worked out well for a majority of us. I can't speak to everyone that's on this podcast, but
yeah, Dusty has trouble at the Cork Bar. I feel like.
Yeah, but luckily he knows everybody. Like he's like the mayor or the senator of like the West the lower streets there. So he was killing it. But I remember when the bouncer looked, and he's like, "Hey, it might be time to get him out of here." Like the most gentle, get your buddy out of here.
Yeah. Did we get to the sleeping on the bar, Dusty, or did we just get?
We got to sleeping on the bar, Dusty.
Or did you just get what comes right before that? Is he stops talking and he only talks in movie quotes?
I talk in movie quotes and also song and dance.
And song and dance. Yes.
Yeah.
And your hair's moving, and it's interesting.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You're like, Dusty, do you want another beer? And then either some kind of a song or a dance starts.
It's like that. It's like that guy who like has a flute, and the snake comes out of the basket. Yeah. That's Dusty.
I'm a snake charmer.
Yeah.
Nope, you're the snake.
Man, it was a good time. Dusty was a great host. We had a lot of fun. So good times.
Yeah.
What establishments did you guys go to? Besides Cork Bar.
We went to Cork Bar the first night. The second day we woke up and got lunch at Tap House West. Mm-hmm. Got lunch at Tap House West and then went to Secrets later that day. And that was bad move also. And then the next day I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning because Secrets ended early for me and I went to bed early on Saturday.
You're running theme here.
Yeah. So Sunday I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning and I couldn't fall back asleep. So I was just up all day and I was just massively hungover. And these guys were here for one more day. They wanted to keep partying. And I was just like, I can't do it, guys. So I locked myself in my bedroom and watched like 10 episodes of The Sopranos. And yeah, that's pretty much all I did.
But Brooksy, so Roach and I had like the game plan. Dusty had to work yesterday at 10 a.m. So
yeah.
And Dell's asking where was Dusty falling asleep. He texted me and you, Dusty, and he was falling asleep at the Cork Bar at the corner right by the front door.
Yep.
It's impressive. Like that, no one could miss you. But yesterday, Roach and I had the idea that Dusty had to work at 10 a.m., but we were going to sleep in a little bit and sleep off, the drinks we had the night prior. So I set an alarm for 11 a.m. Dusty comes knocking on the bedroom door that I'm sleeping in at like 9 a.m. He's like, dude, look, I'm really sorry, but I got really drunk 2 nights ago, and when the cleaners text me, I forgot to tell them to come later. They're downstairs right now. I'm like, what? What?
And I got up, I walked downstairs, and I opened the front door. And when I opened the front door, the cleaners pulled into the spot in the house, and I was, fuck. I literally looked out the door. I opened the door. I'm like, guys, I need like 10 minutes. And I walk upstairs. I knock on Brian's door. I'm like, so sorry, but you guys gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I understand. These cleaners, they came in 10 minutes, and they come in like anyway. They come in like a hurricane, and they're just. I don't know how their Swiffers make it through one house because they're just beating the shit out of them on every orifice they could possibly hit them with.
Probably should have just like got out of bed, waited outside for 10 minutes, and then they would have been done. And you get back in.
They usually take like at least an hour, but there was a lot of them yesterday. Usually there's like 2 or 3 of them. There's like 5 of them yesterday showed up. So I'm sure they got the house done quick. They probably had more stops to make, but yeah. Anyway, it was a long weekend. It was fun. Sunday was a bad day for me. I was down bad that day after a couple days of heavy drinking in a row. But you know how that goes. It happens every now and then. You got to have that bad day after a couple really good days. So
it was a good time. It was a good time. Good time. Yeah, I'm glad we did it. I know Roach was really happy that we did it. That was fun. Roach slept the entire ride home. We made good time getting back home. The one benefit of leaving early like that is you hit zero traffic whatsoever. So
yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. And
Mr. Cabbage and Miss Haley got their save the date.
Hell yes.
Yep. Riviera Maya, February 6th. Get ready.
Giddy up.
The back of it says, with love, Michael Cabbage Latham, and soon to be Haley, no nickname, Latham.
We're gonna have to give her a new nickname. Maybe lettuce based.
Plant based.
Yeah.
Leaf based.
And I'm gonna give Cabbage so much shit because I've told you guys before we went live. I think I'm pretty confident I took this photo when we were in Sonoma Valley, and that's the same vineyard where Cabbage loved this vest, which he wears to this day. He was wearing it last week. He loved this vest, but they didn't have his size in men's. So I'm pretty confident they had his size in women's, and it was on the mannequin. And I think he took that one off. Because isn't like women's like zippers on the opposite side of men's zippers?
Yes.
Yeah, then
I think their buttons are on the opposite side. Are there zippers too?
I don't know. I'm pretty confident it's a women's. I'll verify.
I mean, hey, if it fits, right?
I mean, you could have just ordered it online, I guess, but teach their own.
Hey, I mean, getting it from the actual vineyard itself probably had a little bit more pizzazz.
Cabbage's hips don't lie, I guess.
And then we have to give a shout out. This is sports oriented. We have to give it an anniversary, 6-year anniversary, to the day that Rudy Gobert decided to lick his hands all over microphones, and then the next day the NBA shut down. So happy 6-year anniversary to.
I just found that out as well. The guy we got matched up with a random single playing golf this morning, and he was saying that it was 6 years ago today, and I couldn't believe that. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
COVID
it's amazing. One, we made it through it because I thought without killing everybody, without killing each other, like physically killing each other, just because we're locked indoors all the time with each other, and that's when all hell breaks loose.
Well, remember a couple months later when Lou Williams went to Magic City and got cheeks because he wanted to go get chicken wings.
Sneak out.
Shut down the bubble again.
So did you, Brooks?
You need to go see some titties and chicken wings.
Need some wings.
Apparently the wings are great there.
He even said something like that. They have the best lemon pepper wings. Like
everyone says they have the best lemon pepper wings.
But it's funny you bring up Magic City, and Brooksy, I know you weren't on the pod this last Thursday, but I've never wanted, or maybe you were. I never want to go to an Atlanta Hawk Orlando Magic. basketball game so bad because Magic City was the sponsor for that night. They were calling it
Oh my God.
Magic City night at the Atlanta Hawks because Magic City's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, we brought that up last week. Great promotion. And I don't know if you're going to have strippers like at the game dancing. Who knows what the hell is going to be going on. But the commissioner came out yesterday and put the kibosh on that. They no longer are the Monday night sponsor for Magic.
Why not?
That's probably a good PR move by a
Bad optics.
No fun. No fun.
Bad optics.
All right. Well, we had a whole lot of shit happen in the NFL over the course of the last few days, specifically yesterday, and for the Ravens' sake, for the last few days. And let's get into it. The first and foremost, Max Crosby has been traded to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks, our number 14 pick this year, and our 2027 first-round pick, which we're hoping is number 32. We're not sure, but we're hoping. So what was the first reaction in my circles, my Raven fans, friends, everybody that I've talked to immediately, their first reaction was like, fuck yes. And I share that sentiment now. I know there's some other people that are a little bit more skeptical. What are your initial thoughts and what are you thinking now? And is it different?
Brooks, go ahead, man.
No, I'm ecstatic. How can you not be ecstatic? I mean, historically, we've been relatively good with drafting in the first round, but I mean, the time is now. The clock's ticking.
Yeah.
You're getting one of the best pass rushers in the league. We haven't had a pass rush in 3 or 4 years, 3 years. I guess we did. I guess technically 2 years ago we were like top 5 in the league in sacks, but that was kind of like a sack by committee kind of deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a legit one guy.
That was bum rush blitzing time where they were coming from everywhere, but we were so vulnerable in the secondary. Yeah.
So, I mean, I love it. If you could get half of Matt Crosby in those 2 draft picks, I'd be happy. I mean, I'm very much like we're getting a guy in his prime with 4 years of control and for a pretty nice little number, to be honest with you. So, I mean, what's there to be upset about? I mean,
Dusty, you saw my reaction live.
Yeah.
When you were upstairs and I was downstairs, and you might have been coming down the stairwell. I was like, "We fucking got Max Crosby!"
Yeah, yeah. It was electric for sure. It wasn't quite Pete Alonso level electric, but it was electric. Randy becomes a Ravens fan.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, dude. Did you see all the money the Raiders spent yesterday? He might.
The
be
Raiders.
excited.
The Raiders were fucking going off yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
they were like,
did they get the biggest names in football? No, but they spent some money.
Better. Oh God. Here we go.
Here it comes.
No, but I'm watching.
I got a date. You gotta get in here. Yeah.
I'm allowed to drink on this one.
Cheers. I got a Sprite.
Oh man. I'll be
Max Crosby, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. We were just talking about that.
And getting a proven commodity is a big deal because, like Brooks said, the clock is definitely ticking on this. So you get a proven commodity, you don't gotta draft and mold or whatever. I'm looking for another word, but
you don't have to put as much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, you're not
good. Yeah,
draft and develop. Yeah,
and like Brooks said, this is, I mean, on the contract he's on, it's pretty team friendly. Did you see what Odafe Oweh got paid yesterday? I mean, Jesus, this dude's got like 15 career sacks.
I know.
We traded him for a bag of peanuts halfway through last year.
He did play well there last year.
He played well. He had 7 sacks in 7 games or whatever it was, and he played well. But $100 million, give me a break. And I mean, that's similar to the Max Crosby number. And we saw Myles Garrett last year get that $40 million a year contract as an edge rusher. I think this is a great move. I think it leaves us open for more flexibility as well. And I mean, to people saying, it's a lot to give up 2 first-round picks. Yeah, but it's a 14th pick this year in a draft that people are saying is kind of a down year in terms of the draft class. Next year, the first-round pick that we have is hopefully going to be at least in the 20s. So you have to think about that too. Back of the first round picks. And also, the reason we had to give up those 2 first-round picks is because the Cowboys offered a first and a second, and we had to jump them by offering the 2 firsts.
Another good thing about the contract that Dusty brought up when we were leaving yesterday was, and look, we all hope this doesn't happen. But if Max Crosby happens to get hurt, the Ravens can get out from underneath this contract in 2 years with no dead cap money.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Once
awesome.
again, let's hope we never have to cross that bridge.
I agree. I hope he's a stud for 4 years, but I mean that's a great thing for the team as well. It sucks for him, but I mean I just don't see him slowing down. I really don't.
Yeah. The way that money works in the NFL is so weird. So even if we cut him and there was no dead cap money for us, technically we still might owe him money, like real life money, but not salary cap money because the NFL money is so weird. And it's so hard to keep track of all this stuff. And especially some of these deals. Like I said, I mentioned the Oweh one. We'll talk about the Alec Pierce one too, which I think was a little bit, a bit of an overpay.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it was, I don't know. I like it. I think, you know, especially because in the first thing I thought was, look, we haven't had a guy that gets doubled since either Suggs or Doomerville. Pick one, you know. And this guy gets doubled on basically every play. And he's not just good at rushing the passer. He's also good at run stuffing. He also is really good with tackle for loss, which is an incredibly important thing. And we gave up a lot of rushing yards last year after Matabike got hurt. He can help shore up some of that. I like it all the way around. I you know, it's the first time really the Ravens have ever in my lifetime have ever given up first round picks like this.
It is. It's the first time.
First time ever, right? And so it's weird. It's going to be super weird watching the draft this year, not knowing we don't have a first round pick, but I don't know.
Our first round pick's Max Crosby. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's totally fine with me. Exactly. And the Eagles
we got a Max Crosby
a couple years ago was AJ Brown, and then they won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So
what's worse? Question for the group: what's worse, knowing you don't have a first round pick when you go into the first round, or waiting with anticipation that you're going to draft a pick with the first round? And then you trade it into the second round.
That's a good point. We did that most of my childhood.
And that's a good point. And I think most people were expecting the Ravens to do that this year anyway. But then they traded it, and we got a Max Crosby. So what are we upset about here? I mean, and again, we're going to do this again next year. And we're probably going to come off a great season for Max Crosby, knock on wood. And we're like, hey, guess what we get again this year? A Max Crosby.
Yeah. And you know what, Dell made a good point. Look, we're 10 million over the cap right now.
That's because the deal's not done with Lamar yet, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I was going. Is Dell goes, this is all based on the extension with Lamar, because that's when you're gonna see that number come way down. And then there'll probably be a restructuring of a couple other people. It might be a Kyle Hamilton if we haven't already redone his, or
Andrews or Stanley or any of the other guys with big
Andrews
contracts.
is team friendly.
Or maybe Derrick Henry. I don't know.
There's also the potential of us moving guys like Rashad Bateman could get moved this offseason for a pick or something like that, maybe, and that could knock $8 million off the cap as well.
I would love to move Rashad Bateman.
I think the Ravens would too, but I don't think a lot of teams would want to trade for him based on the year he had last year.
And you can see like hopefully Matabike plays, but you can see Matabike's money getting shifted a little bit here.
That and it
seems like everything I've read seems like there's a pretty real chance he's coming back this year.
Yeah, and he's working out. Like there's video of him working out recently, like trying to get like it looks like he's ready, like working out, getting ready to come back. So, so that would be great. And I also saw something about there's a way, and again, everything was kind of flying between last Friday and yesterday, so I didn't do a bunch of research. Max Crosby's deal can be like, if we restructure it somehow, it can go from like 30 mil cap hit to like 7 or 10. So, and I forget how that works, but that's definitely something that is possible as well. So
yeah. I think
home run got some options.
I think home run all year round, all the way around for Max Crosby. By the way, Max Crosby born on August 22nd, one day after me. Good for him.
What beer is that there, Dusty?
Except he's 3 years younger than me.
Stone
he's
from
got a little
California.
Stone IPA.
Fear Movie Lions. Double hazy.
They also have FML, yeah. They also have a brewery in Virginia as well. My buddy used to work for them, so I got
starting off hard today with an 8.5 percentile.
Yeah, that's a well. I guess I can't say anything. I'm drinking a badge. So
Mhm.
I don't have any meetings.
we had a couple vowels this weekend too.
Oh, we had vowels. And
yeah.
those things, I'm assuming Brooksy knows what a vowel is. Those things are dangerous.
I mean, I can figure it out.
Yeah. Vodka and lemonade. It's
Yeah,
delightful. It's delightful.
I had it.
Brooks has had it several times. Brooks had it last time he was at my parents' house. We had several of them. And they're good.
We did have
they're
a lot
delicious.
of them. We did have a lot of them.
They go down smooth, I'll tell you.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
So we were watching.
Sorry,
I guess we have a ton. I was about to say something about the World Baseball Classic last night, watching that, but we have a ton of football to get through. So let's get to that.
Let's get through football first, and then we'll talk baseball afterwards. Some other of the biggest. Let's stick on the Ravens now, because we can't talk about the Ravens adding Matt Crosby without talking about the Ravens' losses yesterday as well. We did add John Simpson. We brought him back after a couple years off the team, which I think is going to be helpful for the O-line. But losing Linderbaum, which is the real story here, is going to be tough. And I think he's getting paid 50% more than the next highest paid center.
No, he's getting 9. It was 18 million to 27. So what's that? He's getting $9 million more than Creed Humphrey.
Yeah, 50% more than the next highest paid center in the league, who got signed last offseason. Massive, massive overpay for the Raiders. But if you're a bad team trying to get a good player, you do have to overpay. And they had the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And they just traded for a couple first-round picks from the Ravens. And they're going to try to get Mendoza some protection up front early, and clearly they did. They wanted to revamp the defense because how much money they spent on defensive players yesterday.
Not
you
only
can't
that,
overpay that number. That number is drastic. The difference between 18 and 27. I mean, and like the minute we saw it pop up yesterday, because I was at Pig and Rooster getting some food and having a couple of badges with Dell right when we got back in. That's when free agency popped off. Mm-hmm. And Dell goes, there are going to be a lot of GMs around the NFL that are not fucking happy with John Spytek, the GM of the Raiders, because you just reset the center market drastically. And not only does that reset the center market, it resets, like we talked about with the O-lineman, the tackle market, all that stuff. Now that franchise tag number skyrockets because of that one deal.
Yep. Long snapper market.
I saw a long snapper just got signed today. I don't know.
No, but I agree with you. But I also do agree with going to try to protect Mendoza. I mean, they're running back from Boise State or whatever. He is. I mean, we watched him last year. He was making something out of nothing. Like the dude, he looks like he looks like prime, like first couple years of Saquon, just no offensive line. Is what he looked like.
Yeah.
The big thing on him coming out of the draft was he was a great yards after contact guy. The only problem is in Boise State, he wasn't getting yards after contact. He was getting to the linebackers. With the Raiders, he was getting hit in the backfield by 300-pound D tackles.
He probably had more yards after contact than he did yards.
I feel like, and I do feel like every game I watched of them, every game he was breaking tackles, or like if he did get to the second, like he was running people over, dude. He was fun to watch.
Yeah, he is a fun player to watch, and I think they did a good job. They went out, they got Quay Walker yesterday to shore up at linebacker. They went out, they got Nakobe Dean from the Eagles to shore up at linebacker even more. They go out and of course get Linderbaum. They get the 2 first-round picks, so they're going to have another first-round rookie coming in this year. And they signed a couple other players. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. Kwity Paye, another good player, another guy that's been playing in big games for multiple years.
I think they got Naylor, the wide receiver.
Jalen Naylor. Minnesota Vikings, he was kind of buried behind Addison and Jefferson, but a guy that's always kind of popped off the TV when you watch him. I like what they did. I agree with Randy here. Switch shit up, pay everyone. Who gives a shit?
Well, yeah, and I'm not knocking Randy or anybody else. Cause I didn't know this at all, but they were asking Louis Riddick on the Late Night Sports Center, like, do you think the Raiders are overspending? He goes, you know why the Raiders had $110 million in cap space? They didn't have any players. You got to go out and buy. You got to go get players to play the game.
Turns out, and they freed up a ton with the Max Crosby shit. So I mean,
And he goes, even the
So-
players that were staying around, did you want to re-sign them?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
did what they were supposed to do.
Did they spend more money on their head coaches or on their free agency yesterday? Because I don't
It's
really
close.
know.
It's
So
close.
since we've gotten through most of the Raiders as well at the same time, because
Yeah.
we obviously did a deal with them.
Yeah.
So they traded for a cornerback from the Bills,
Teron
Johnson.
Yeah.
Another underrated signing was kicker Matt Gay. And they retained cornerback Eric Stokes, edge rusher Malcolm Kuntz, center Will Putnam, edge rusher Charles Snowden, and safety Tristan McCullum. So
That means they're probably
they were
making that
active.
center. They're probably going to take that center, make him a guard. That'd be my assumption. Because Linderbaum's going to play center.
Or just depth. I mean, depth on the O line. You need it no matter what. So, and clearly they had none of it last year, and Genty suffered as a result. But anyway, let's go back to the Ravens side of things. Offensive line wasn't great last year. We just lost the best guy on it. Doesn't make me feel great. Don't love it. We also
took the Raiders offensive lineman.
Yeah, we also lose both of our backup tight ends, Isaiah Likely going to the Giants with John Harbaugh, along with our all-pro punter last year, Jordan Stout, who I can't stand. Good riddance to Jordan Stout. But Likely's hurt, is going to hurt. And we kind of knew Likely was gone, but I thought Kolar would come back.
I thought they were banking on Kolar coming back when they kind of gave Andrews a deal. They were like, okay, Likely's going to go get paid. We knew that. But yeah, I thought Kolar would come back. And to your point with,
Stout,
I mean, with Stout, but you owe Stout and I'm sorry, sorry, Card a little bit. He was a top 3 punter last year, man. We got to give him
He
credit.
had one good year after 3 horrible years.
Hey, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you, but he did have a great year last year.
I was hoping he went to Denver and played with their favorite quarterback too. Bo Nix.
So we did. I don't know anything about this guard from the Raiders that we picked up. 3 years, $30 million.
It's Simpson. He's the one who came back. He used to play for us, and now he's back with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 years, $30 million is a deal, to be honest with you, at this point, for a guard, and we retained Tyler Huntley. I think that's huge news too.
That's big news.
2 years, $11 million is a good deal for us too. So,
and I'm going to say this because the first thing that came to my mind is this guy could be trade bait if something goes wrong with teams that run a running style offense. Huntley could be traded. Now Lamar will probably hate it because they're like really good friends.
Well, who's the third string?
Louisville Day. I don't know who the third string is. Probably Josh Johnson.
Cooper Rush, because he's under contract.
I think we technically released him. I thought I could be wrong there, but we did have him for multiple years, so we probably did have him for this year.
We could sign Kyler for $0. Seems like he's going to Minnesota though.
That's gonna happen. I think that'd be a great move for Minnesota too.
I agree. Especially if you get him for no money. I mean, he's can't be worse than JJ McCarthy was last year.
My favorite
will make him a stud.
My favorite move. How about this? Why don't we all do our favorite move? If you take Max Crosby and Tyler Linderbaum out, all right? What's your favorite move? I'm going to go first. Just give you guys time to think. I love what the Steelers did getting Pittman. I think that is a huge bonus to them. He can run those. He can run the other parts of the route tree that DK Metcalf cannot. And I really think he kind of fits that mold. He's tough. He likes to block. He's got that Hines Ward feel to him. But he's huge. He's huge. He's like a road grader. Using a Mike Mayock term, he's like a road grader wide receiver who's going to grab you and take you down as a corner. So I really like that move by the Steelers.
6'4", 225, and he can run those like Brian said, those crossing routes. As soon as I heard that, I was not happy because I don't like the Steelers, and him and Metcalf side to side makes me gives me kind of nightmares. And also if you add giant Darnell Washington right next to them, I mean, they're going to be mismatches. There are going to be some mismatches for Pittsburgh. And in addition, they added Rico Dowdle a couple hours ago on a 2-year deal, who was really good the last 2 years for both the Cowboys and the Panthers. So, so
that's my move. You guys got another one?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking through my list right now of everything that went on yesterday.
Mike Evans to the Niners. They're going to get rid of Ayuk. They haven't really had a guy that's like reliable since the year that Debo and Ayuk were both healthy, which feels like 100 years ago at this point. And I know he's another injury risk adding to San Francisco's offense that's already seems to be full of injury risk, and Kittle and Ayuk and all those guys. But I mean, his ceiling is just so high, and I think him under the Shanahan offense could really be magical if he stays on the field. So that's mine. That's probably my favorite. And also, that was a shocker. I couldn't believe that.
They said he was going to leave. By they, I mean like Orlovsky and Schreggs were saying he was going to leave because he still wanted to be a number one or at least a number two wide receiver, and he was not going to be that on the Bucs. And that's fair. And the guy's he's probably already a Hall of Famer, but he's making that Hall of Fame push kind of situation and probably wants to win a freaking title.
Yeah. I mean, he's already won, but he wants to win another.
Oh, that's right. He already won one. Shit.
Yeah.
I would say one. I mean, first of all, let me go back up here. There's a couple that I saw coming through here that kind of struck me as big moves. Where was that? Kobe Bryant getting signed, safety Kobe Bryant getting signed to the Bears to an already pretty damn good defense with Devin Bush. I think that's going to be an underrated move in the long run.
He had a great playoffs. He might have had a good regular season, but I wasn't paying attention to the regular season. He had great playoffs.
And I love DJ Moore going to play in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be Stephon Diggs with him. He's
hurt. He hits hurt. They both.
That's who he's going to be. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a stud up there.
Yeah.
There was two other ones that I highlighted. Let me scroll through. The Houston Texans getting Reed Blankenship and retaining Danielle Hunter, I think, are huge.
Danielle Hunter's massive.
And he got paid.
Yeah. And he should. He's a stud.
Yeah, 1 year, $40 million, $30 million signing bonus. Wow.
Yeah.
And where was Chiefs? Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs with Alohi Gilman. I don't Alohi Gilman, maybe. I'm not really sure on him. I think Kenneth Walker is going to improve that run game a ton over there.
Alohi Gilman's best attribute was he allowed Kyle Hamilton to be Kyle Hamilton.
Oh, shit. You know what I didn't see? Draymond Jones got signed by New England. I didn't see that.
Yeah, Draymond Jones under the and you got to go back to also and that's the trade is of Trent McDuffie going to the Rams. That's
and extended. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he got extended too.
Yeah, he got 4 years, 120. Damn. 4 years, 120, something like that.
120, 130. He's now the highest paid corner ever.
Yeah. Which, for the Rams, for the Chiefs, it makes sense.
Dude,
they traded
the Chiefs,
a couple years.
The Chiefs always let go of corners. Like they never re-sign corners. It feels it's like
let go of
it's like the edge rusher of the Orioles of the Ravens. Like we used to let linebackers and edge rushers go all the time and just revamp. Well, it feels like they do that with corner.
And I listened to somebody say this on a podcast recently, but I'll give credit to them at some point throughout this show. But right now I can't remember who said it. But basically, if you look at what the Chiefs did a few years ago with Tyreek Hill, it was like almost like we thought it was going to be like a soft rebuild for the Chiefs. They trade Tyreek Hill, they get the couple first-round picks, they nail those picks, and that's why they have the ability to go on the extended run that they do. Yeah. And that's why their window was not just 3 years; it was 6, 7, 8 years.
And Rashid Rice popped. Rashid Rice popped.
And Rashid Rice pops, and they draft McDuffie and Karlaftis in that first round, that first year, and then you're off to the races. Now your defense is rebuilt, and you lose a little bit not having Tyreek Hill, but Kelsey's still in his prime at that point, and Mahomes is good enough to figure it out. Now they trade McDuffie for that same thing, 2 first-round picks, right? And what they're thinking, hopefully, is, okay, can we do this again? Can we knock it out of the park again? And it's dependent on if you can hit those draft picks, but I like it. I think it's a good move for the Chiefs to do this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. You got to get rid of those top-end guys and trust that your quarterback is going to be able to lead you. And Spagnuolo's been there. Is Spagnuolo still there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't leave this offseason, right? So, I mean, Spagnuolo's still there. So, your defense is going to be at least competitive, even without McDuffie. So, I know he's a good player, but I like it. I think it's a good move for the Chiefs.
You're 100% correct, Dusty. I couldn't agree more with you. And then sticking with the Chiefs and going to the offense, you have the enemy back now who likes to run the ball a little bit more. That's where Pacheco really thrived. So you have Kenneth Walker who can do that for you. And I said this to Dusty while we were waiting to leave yesterday. I said, because he got signed basically right when we were leaving. I said, Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs means they are most likely out of the Jeremiah Love, or they have done their research and realized that Jeremiah Love is not going to make it to them at 9 in the draft. That means the Panthers or the Giants or the Saints are going to take him, but the Saints just took Travis Etienne. So, but they basically knew that Jeremiah Love was not coming to them. So you go get Kenneth Walker, allow Eric Bieniemy to run the offense he wants to run.
Say his name again one more time.
Travis Etienne.
Okay. I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was originally.
Yeah. I'll give you a pass on that one.
It's a Louisiana-based name. All right, leave me alone. I did like. Hey, look, if you guys haven't seen the picture, and I'm not saying pull it up because I don't want to get demonetized, but the picture of Joe Burrow.
Podcast, dude.
Perfect. All right, Joe Burrow sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this, Brooks?
Yeah, he's like with the offensive, like he's got T.J. Watt, Max Crosby, and
Miles Garrett.
Yeah. And Christ, wherever Trey Hendrickson goes.
Yeah, I haven't seen. He's probably going to Indy because of Lou Amarillo being there, his old D coordinator. Sits in that Amaruno, whatever.
Amarillo by morning.
God knows so. Damn it.
Amarillo by morning.
But I haven't seen this video, but apparently there is a video per Dell and a bunch of the other guys when Jamar Chase is playing like Xbox Live and he gets a text from Joe like, "Oh, the Ravens just signed Max Crosby." Fuck.
They let him go into vision. They let him go into vision.
Yeah. I saw that too. I think the Kenneth Walker move I liked as well for the Chiefs. Really productive player in the playoffs, and they've really been missing like a good running back for the last few years.
Right.
The Clyde Edwards-Helaire thing never really worked out. The Pacheco thing looked like it might
worked out for a year.
And then Pacheco thing worked out, same thing, kind of for a year. Looked like he was going to have a good year, and then he got hurt, and he wasn't the same player last year. Kareem Hunt's over the hill at this point, so they needed to get somebody who like a legit running back in there. My problem with the Chiefs now is their O-line. I don't know what they're going to be doing with that. But that's a story for another day, I guess. While we're talking about free agency.
So I don't know. I haven't done a ton of research, and you guys might not have either. Is this a good O-line draft coming up? Because I feel like there's a couple teams that I feel like need O-line, obviously the Ravens included. That
there's no stud. There's no Joe Alt in this draft. There's depth, and that's one thing you've heard from. I watched the Mel Kiper, Field Yates. It's like YouTube based. Like they do like a draft pod every other day. It's actually pretty damn good, and they love this kid. I think his last name is Freeland, coming out of Georgia. There's the kid from Miami is going to be really good. Now these are tackle based guys,
but
there's a guy from
Miami
Utah.
Should be good because they were huge.
We had a guy from Utah slated to go to us in Mel Kiper's most recent mock, I believe, or maybe it was Field Yates' most recent mock. He was a tackle at Utah, but he was slated to become maybe a guard for us. That was probably dependent on Linderbaum being re-signed. Yeah. Now we don't have that pick, and he's not going to be there.
It looks like like Brian said, none of the top end blue chip talent in this draft, according to what people are expecting. But the offensive tackle, it looks like depth wise, it looks like offensive tackle is about average in terms of the all of the players in the draft. But it looks like interior offensive line, based on what a lot of people are saying, is going to be a kind of a weakness of this draft class. So if you're looking for a center or a guard, maybe that's why the Raiders were like, "Fuck it, let's just go play Linderbaum," because there's not going to be another guy this year. And I don't necessarily blame them for it.
And lineman's not one of those things you can trade for in the middle of the year because there's a continuity between those guys.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give it up.
You don't see them move in the middle of the season almost ever. It's very rare.
So your boy Falele might be hanging around, Dusty.
He's a free agent. Did you guys see
He's going to New York.
You think so? Yeah. I mean, Harbaugh wanted to start him every fucking game. Maybe he will go to New York, or maybe he'll go to Cleveland with Monken.
Man, I do think he can be a decent offensive lineman, but I mean, for how big he is, there's just so many bad highlights, man.
So bad. Anyway,
I will say there was a pretty good amount of people just picking and choosing the highlights that were rough. I mean, he did have some good moments, obviously. So I got
highlight
just
videos. Nothing. I still remember that game. I can't remember if it was T.J. Watt, if it was Trey Hendrickson, or if it was Chris Jones. It was Chris Jones, and he would specifically pick up one of his own defensive linemen and move that person to the side so that Chris Jones could line up directly over Fahalele and just bulldoze his ass. It's incredible to watch. I watched it live time. Like, whoa, this dude is getting murdered out here.
Yeah. I'm trying to pull up
other teams in the division
list.
before we pull up the top guys. Boye Mafe is leaving the Seahawks, got 3 years, $60 million to go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Our rival Cincinnati Bengals. That all but assures us, even though we kind of knew already that Trey Hendrickson's not going back there. I think Trey Hendrickson probably is going to feel about the Bengals similarly like Carson Palmer. Jesus, I can't even speak right now. Carson Palmer hates the Bengals famously, and I think Trey Hendrickson's probably on that path as well.
Yeah.
But Boye Mafe is a good edge rusher, not nearly as high of a ceiling clearly as Hendrickson, but helped the Seahawks win a Super Bowl and has been good for them for several years. So other moves in the division, not really much. Zion Johnson got moved from the Chargers to the Browns. He's a guard, interior offensive lineman. He got $50 million, I believe, something like that.
Quincy Williams.
But not huge news. We already talked about the Steelers. They signed Jamel Dean as well. We didn't talk about that. But he's all right. He's a middling corner that they paid $10-12 million a year to.
Yeah, so they've lost their team MVP from last year, which was Kenneth Gainwell.
Did they? Where is he?
I forgot where he went, but he went 2 years, like $15 million somewhere.
Yeah, I just saw him, and I thought that was a
Kenneth
good
Gainwell, Tampa, going to back up Bucky Irving. All right, I like that. I don't hate that at all. And then
love that, actually.
Dowdle we talked about. Yeah. I mean, the Steelers signed Rico Dowdle for $2 million less a year than Kenneth Gainwell got from Tampa. So, I mean, I think Rico Dowdle's clearly better than Kenneth Gainwell, in my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
We have to talk about Alec Pierce.
Have been wrong before.
Gotta talk about Alec Pierce because the number is just so jarring. According to ESPN yesterday, I was seeing 60 million guaranteed on ESPN yesterday, but I'm on Spotrac. It's saying 84 million guaranteed. But either way, the contract is 4 years, $114 million. This is a dude that was on fantasy waivers for the better part of the last year and a half, 2 years. A guy who's a big play machine. He's good for 150-yard catch a game. It seems like that's what he was kind of used for on the Colts. He wasn't used for like the moving the ball down the field, in 10-yard increments. He's more of like, hey, let's throw a bomb to this guy. $114 million just seems like way too much money. And you have to basically trade Pittman probably as a trade-off for this because of the contracts, because you paid Pittman a few years ago. And maybe they didn't like him as much, and maybe this was their plan all along. I just don't get it, man. It's way, way, way too much money for me. And normally I don't care. Normally I'm just like, whatever. It's the NFL salary cap's fake anyway. But this is like, I mean, I think he got paid twice as much money as I thought he was going to. Like, I saw that number and I was like, there's no fucking way.
He runs
60 fully guaranteed is what I just saw.
60 fully, and then for whatever, there's a $84 million guaranteed number two. Maybe that's I don't know.
Maybe that's all the workout bonuses and kickers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That being said, look, and the man is special at doing one thing, going deep and running deep slants. But now you're getting paid to go over the middle. You're getting paid for them short ones. You're getting paid for them pick plays. You're getting paid. You better do every single thing. You better run every one of the nines on the route tree. You better be able to do it because you're getting paid to do it.
I mean, just if you comp him to the other guys getting
there's only
paid,
9 routes.
If you comp him to the other guys getting paid this amount of money, I mean, like he got this.
Why not
essentially?
10?
He got essentially the same. I was going to say essentially the same contract as T. Higgins, but T. Higgins got 4 years, 115. Alec Pierce gets 4 years, 114. Only $30 million of T. Higgins' contract is guaranteed, whereas twice as much, $60 million on Alec Pierce.
Marcus different today than it was yesterday.
I understand that, but T. Higgins is a 15 times better player. He's better at everything. He has better hands. He can jump higher. He's better over the middle. I don't get it. I just don't understand
I disagree with you.
He's stuck in between Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, and A.J. Brown on the contracts for receivers. This guy isn't one of the 25 best receivers in the league, and he just got paid like he's one of the 10 best. I don't get it. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's the same thing, right? It's like whoever's turn it is in the line to get paid, they're going to get paid, right? I mean, it's whether they're the best or not, it doesn't really matter at that point. Keep it going, buddy. You all the other wide receivers are happy about this. All the other wide receivers are ecstatic about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have had Wan'Dale Robinson and Rashid Shaheed for less money than they got Alec Pierce for.
Tyreek Hill right now is salivating.
I don't get it. Yeah, maybe he is, but dude, I don't know. I just think it's too much money, and I feel that basically everything I just said about that contract, I feel the exact same way about the Odafe Oweh contract with Washington. I do not understand it. I don't understand. I can't fathom how you
such a Washington move.
One half of one good season, and think I'm going to give this guy $100 million. I don't understand it. He can't play every down. He's obnoxiously inconsistent. He takes plays off constantly. He's one of the more frustrating players that I've watched for my team on the Ravens, and maybe his mindset changed and he's going to be great with Washington. I don't see it. I think this is going to be a disaster.
I'm picking up a little animosity toward any Penn State player every time Dusty
you haven't got that?
Have you noticed?
Just figuring that one out.
You haven't noticed.
The octave goes up, the anger gets higher. Like it's just.
There we go. Here's from our resident Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Love it. Gave our boys the opportunity to swoop in and grab Pittman.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with you. Chuck,
I
don't know when you joined the podcast, but we talked about how much we love that move for Pittsburgh.
Love that move.
Yeah, it's scary. I don't like it at all.
He's going to be the new Hines Ward. I really do think that. I think he's going to be the tough physical receiver.
And then the biggest deal of the day yesterday is one that I did not see coming. Jalen Phillips, edge rusher, formerly of the Eagles, goes to the Carolina Panthers for 30 AAV, 4 years, 120 mil, 80 guaranteed. The Panthers have to overpay. Once again, if you're a bad team, if you're in a smaller market, whatever, you're going to have to overpay for some guys because who wouldn't want to take $5 million less on $120 million to go play in, I don't know, Florida or Texas or somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, these bad teams, they're going to have to overpay guys every now and then, but sometimes the numbers are so jarring. 4 years, 120. Jalen Phillips, good player, but I don't know. Same thing. A little bit too much money for my blood, but good for the Panthers going out trying to do something.
Kenny, I only throw Pickett's signed for 1 year, $7.5 million there as well.
With the Panthers?
Panthers.
Well, you won't have to wear gloves there. It's not cold.
If it's raining.
Bryce Young and Kenny Pickett. Can you think of a more class
explosive duo?
And who's the third string? Nate Peterman.
You know what's crazy is in that same division, there's also a team that has Penix and Tua as their top two quarterbacks, and Kirk Cousins who's about to get cut. And then another team who's got Tyler fucking Shuck is their best quarterback, and he was actually good last year. I think he was good. Rookie of the year. Did he win Rookie of the Year? No, Ted McMillan did. He was up there though. And then Baker, of course. Baker's great, but that division's crazy.
I just like Tua sticking it to the Dolphins. Be like, yeah, I'll sign for $1.3 million. No problem. That means you get to pay $54.7 million or something.
So it's over the next 2 years. He's owed somewhere in the realm of 90-ish million from the Dolphins, and $99 million. It's their cap hit is definitely it's $50 million each of the next 2 years. But because he signs that small contract, the Dolphins do have to pay him basically the rest of the money that's guaranteed on his contract. And he helps out Atlanta, and it works out great. It works out great for him, and it works out great for Atlanta, I guess, too, because they get a quarterback who, look, as bad as we probably are not the biggest Tua Tagovailoa fans in the world, but he's worth more than $1.3 million. That's 100%. And Michael Penix is probably not going to be healthy at the beginning of next season. So you need a guy who's going to be able to go in there and start games. And Tua can start games in the NFL. He's not great, but he can play.
The three of us never played competitive football, but apparently there is a massive difference from a receiver standpoint of a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
And you bring in another left-handed quarterback, so you have to make any kind of changes to your offense or to any kind of routes.
Good point. Yeah.
And Belichick was always big on trying to get left-footed punters too, because apparently punt returners trying to return kicks, they lose the ball, and it's much harder for them to
moves differently, right?
Moves different.
Yeah.
Than what they're used to. Also,
do I think this makes the Falcons a contender or anything? No, but it raises their floor for sure. I think.
Yeah.
Two is better than Penix. I think.
They did sign They did sign a ex-Ravens wide receiver. I don't even know how you say his last name. Zacchaeus
Olamide.
Yeah. And Austin Hooper comes back home there. I didn't realize his contract was up with the Patriots, to be honest.
No, nor did I.
And Nick Folk. Wow. Okay.
Still in the league.
Oh, Nick Folk.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing football, huh? Didn't know that.
Yeah, and still playing it well. I mean, he did only get. I mean, he got 2 years, $9 million. That's still a nice little chunk of change. But
yeah,
I mean, Nick Folk still every year is one of the most accurate kickers. He's just not going to kick it very.
You know who didn't get signed?
Yeah,
Justin Tucker. he's not getting a look. It's over.
I mean, I think it's kind of telling when he had multiple tryouts with multiple teams last year during the year and didn't get picked up for teams that needed a kicker pretty badly.
Yeah.
That's probably crowdsourcing. You bring them in and see how the fan reaction is around, like you watch your Twitter feeds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Did he probably win a couple of those jobs? Maybe, but he probably didn't blow it out of the park to say like, all right, we can handle the blowback. You know.
Yeah. Going back to Miami though, this has happened now a few times in the past few years. We saw it with Russell Wilson with Denver, where the team has to basically cut ties with them just so they can refresh as an organization, and they have to pay out the ass the next 2 years, and they're just okay doing it because they need to get that guy off the roster and move forward. And I think that's probably the best move here. But do you think got a stud? And they get Malik Willis, and I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about the overall trend of this, because I think this is probably going to happen a few more times. Teams are going to pay these guys more money than they probably should because the market dictates that they should. They're going to try to get out from under these contracts, and this is going to happen a few more times. Do you think that if this happens a few more times, it's going to lead teams to be a little bit more cautious with how they spend their money on their quarterbacks, and maybe a couple of these guys are going to actually reach free agency instead of just getting extended? Like Tua could have, the Dolphins could have just let Tua go to free agency and somebody would have given him this contract. But the Dolphins were like, well, where are we as a franchise if we let him go? Well, you're a franchise with like the 15th best quarterback in the league making $50 million. So I think teams are going to have to start thinking differently when they go for these extensions.
I don't know if you've heard, but they went undefeated one year.
It was in 1972, bro.
Are they living off of that longer than the Bears are living?
The 85 Bears.
I mean, imagine the heartbreak when Finkel missed that kick in the Super Bowl.
We're not going down that road again, boys.
This is a 27-yarder.
Could have flipped that one through.
Footballs.
Oh man, we didn't buy that rhino, did we? It's pretty hot. Rhino.
This is bad. I think you're gonna see a trend where you're gonna start seeing more bridge quarterbacks. You can't be doing what you did with Tua because it puts you in cap hell for a couple of years. That's why I'm really surprised I went with Malik Willis, because they did pay him a pretty penny. And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but is he the long-term 10-year, 12-year, 14-year option? No. This could be a 10.
3 years, $67.5 million, 45 guaranteed.
No.
So it's $15 million a year for a quarterback. The Chiefs just paid that for a running back. I mean, that's nothing. And especially for the Dolphins, specifically for the Dolphins, who are going to be in cap hell, this is the perfect move for them because they're not going to be able to afford to pay a quarterback $40-50 million a year. I think this is the only thing that made sense for them, unless they want to get Kyler or something like that.
They could pay a rookie when they draft him next year if you don't have a great year. Now you got Malik Willis is going to give you something.
Correct.
That's why I'm surprised Jalen Waddle wasn't dealt earlier. Because look, realistically, with this quarterback draft, and I know we thought the last quarterback draft, this coming draft is going to be a great quarterback draft. And I know it didn't turn out that way, but the new guys that are aligned here are already being talked about as way better than even if these guys that actually were supposed to pan out this year panned out, and they didn't. So you're looking at the Dante Moores, you're looking at the Arch Mannings, you're looking at the Sellers from South Carolina. If those guys are there, you can afford that pick, that draft, that salary if you're the Dolphins. You just have to get there. So bringing Malik Willis in might not allow you to be in that top 3, 4, 5 pick. I'm not saying tank, but I'm also saying don't go out and spend a shitload of money you don't need to spend. Just go ahead and call it a lost season, but run it out and let these guys try to earn themselves new jobs with other teams.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't necessarily disagree with you there. But I also just I don't know. You got to put a football team on the field, and they're not.
Yeah.
They lose Tyreek Hill. They lose Tua Tagovailoa. They lose Jalen Phillips last year to the trade to the Eagles, who now just got paid $120 million. They got rid of Bradley Chubb. They got rid of Christian Jenkins last year. I mean, this is a team that's most of their best players from the good season they had 2 or 3 years ago. They're already gone.
They're gone.
So who are they?
I was thinking.
My question to them is who are they paying? Because they also just traded Minka Fitzpatrick back to the Jets. How many times are they going to trade that guy away?
Yeah. Thank you. I really was thinking, but they're paying Waddle, and then I was thinking, just roll with Quinn Ewers. Just roll with Ewers for a little bit.
What do we actually think of Mendoza? It's tough. I
don't know. I wouldn't say I'm the best draft prospect guy.
I'm not huge on the Raiders. Just like I was going to say, I guess before yesterday, I wasn't huge on the Raiders going into that Raiders offense, but I don't know. Maybe they're spending some money. I mean, but still, their best 2 receivers are who? Jalen Naylor and
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, tight end. I don't know. It's so situationally dependent in a lot of these a lot of these quarterbacks cases, but I think this guy is legitimately talented. I think he's legitimately different as a guy. He seems like he's an actual leader. He's an actual guy that people are gonna get along with, are gonna like playing with. So I think from a mindset standpoint, I really, really like him. From a play on the field standpoint, I want to see more, but I'm interested. And I think he definitely deserves to be the number 1 pick in a weak class.
Yeah,
I listened to Mel Kiper and Field Yates on those podcasts because obviously those guys are draft experts and are paying attention a lot. Even Daniel Jeremiah is on the same boat here as the 2 guys I just mentioned. If he were to come out in that Drake May, Jalen Daniels,
Caleb
Williams, Fernando Mendoza would have been the 4th quarterback taken in that draft, just ahead of Bo Nix. That's what he said, or what all 3 of them said. That being said, from what you were getting at, Dusty, from the standpoint of from a headspace, from a good person, look, you wouldn't want another quarterback being in Las Vegas like this good old boy Choir kid. I mean, he absolutely comes off like he's got the cleanest slate. He's as clean as our mother's kitchen floors. Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely think it's a good fit for Vegas, but in a quarterback depleted draft.
Yeah. I mean, the jury's out, and we've seen really good prospects, guys who looked like absolute can't misses in college. We've seen them be completely nothing in the NFL, and we've seen guys who did nothing in college turn out to be great in the NFL. So it's a wide spectrum.
What's Brock Purdy doing these days?
I would bet if I had to guess that he's going to be above average. Yeah, but I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm going on a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
All right, bathroom break. See ya.
While he's on a bathroom break, let's talk about the bathroom of the NFL, the toilet. The Tennessee Titans were really, really bad last year. Didn't play a lot of good football. Dude, I am, so I'm looking down the list of the top contracts given out so far in this free agency, so basically yesterday. And 4 of the top 15 or 16 were the Tennessee Titans. Pretty quietly signed Wan'Dale Robinson to a $70 million deal over 4 years. I think he's a good player. I think he'll help specifically with the young Cam Ward. I think Wan'Dale is one of those guys that can help go over the middle, get short routes, get the ball out quickly. Don't dislike that at all. John Franklin Myers goes from the Broncos to the Titans in free agency as well, $63 million deal. He shores up their D-line. I like that. Alontae Taylor, they spend $58 million on a corner. I don't know a lot about Alontae Taylor. I haven't watched a lot of the Saints, but if he's getting $58 million as a corner, he must be pretty good. And also Cordell Flott, another corner that they signed for 3 years, $45 million. So 2 corners that they pay over $100 million to, a D lineman and a brand new receiver in Tennessee. Just a team that I didn't realize kind of went out there and spent like they did yesterday. And I don't think I don't have a ton of expectations for that team coming up this year, but every year we have a team that kind of goes from the bottom to the top and you have to pick it. And, could it be the Raiders? Yeah. Could it be the Saints? Sure. Could it be the Titans? I mean, that division's not that great.
It won't be the Raiders. I think it's more the Titans because also they're leaning heavy on defense. Given all the names you just dropped right there, you also have to remember they have J.C. Horn, who's a very, very, very productive cornerback. Mm-hmm. You have Jeffrey Simmons, who is one of the better D tackles in the league. And then they have the pass rusher they just signed from Jim Phillips.
Mm-hmm. No, you're talking about you're mixing up the Panthers and the Titans.
Oh, shit, I am.
They do have Jeffrey Simmons. They do have Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% correct. I'm thinking
you combine.
I'm thinking Carolina Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just combine the Titans and the Panthers into one amalgamation.
They actually have a decent team.
And honestly, that might be a decent team if you put them together.
That might be a decent team. Because right now, I mean, what do the Titans really, truly have star power-wise?
Jeffrey Simmons.
That's it.
Cam Ward, maybe. He was the number 1 pick in the draft 2 years ago, right? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But I look, just like they spent a lot of money yesterday, and I didn't realize it, and I wanted to shout them out. I mean, look, they went out and they spent some money. They're trying to get better. I respect that. J.K. Dobbins back to the Broncos. Didn't know that. 2 years, $20 million.
Yeah.
Good for him. Any other like big contracts that we missed? Travis Etienne, we did say goes to the Saints. That probably means Kamara's time with New Orleans is coming to a close, I thought. But if you remember last year when they were talking about trading Kamara at the deadline, Kamara basically came out and said, I'm not fucking going.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving. So I don't really know what's going to go on there. I guess they're going to split carries, and Kamara did used to split carries with Ingram back in the day.
So trade me, and you'll find my ass down in somewhere in Mexico. On vacation.
I love that. They also brought in guard/tackle David Edwards on a 4-year, $60 million deal from Buffalo. So Saints spending a little bit of money. It looks like Cam Jordan's going to be a free agent for the first time in his 15-year career, which is unbelievable. Can you imagine hitting free agency in year 15?
I would love him as a Raven. He reminds me of a Van Noy.
I think he's going to be a cheap mercenary for somebody this year.
He's going to be a Calais Campbell. He's going to play for like 4 different teams over the next 3 years, trying to chase a ring. Yep. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. Gun for hire. Do we think Isaiah Likely is going to be good in New York with Jackson Dart?
Yes.
I do. I think. I mean, he's got to learn to block too, guys.
I know.
He just. He's literally lining up, and you know what he's doing. So
the reason that Mark Andrews is still on our team and he's not is because he can't block.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
that's literally and Mark Andrews signed a huge team-friendly deal last year. Extension, I guess I should say. But.
Yeah. So I like it. I like what New York has done. A couple of these things. I mean, I think he's clearly an upgrade over Daniel Bellinger, who actually went to the Titans as well. Who was their starting tight end the last few years.
But the biggest signing for the Giants, Ardarius Washington.
Washington.
That's
$3 million, 1 year, $3 million.
That sucks. I can't believe we let him go for that. And Alohi. Who did he sign with? Alohi Gilman.
Oh, you mentioned it earlier.
Alohi Gilman. He went to
the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yep.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Speaking of former longtime Saints, DeMario Davis signed with the Jets yesterday on a 2-year, $22 million deal. Didn't he play for the Saints for like 100 years?
No. Well, he started with the Jets. I know that for a fact because he said he was going back to retire there.
Oh, you're right. Shit. He played 4 years with the Jets and then went to the Saints. He was with the Saints for 8 or 9 years. I'm bad at math, but 8 years. Wow. Didn't know that. Mario Davis. Been in the league forever.
The remaining free agent that I really want is I want Taylor Luan. I think we can. Yeah. I really do. You can put him at right tackle and then move. What was it, Rosengarten or whatever?
He's been hosting a podcast for 4 years. What
he's
are you
also
talking
down
about?
100 pounds.
Well, then he's got to get the weight back on. All right, look, he's got time. He's got milkshake, man.
I want to sign Matt Burke to be I want Matt Burke to get fat again and be our center this year. That'd be great.
And I want Yonda too. All right, we got to take Yonda's stationary bike away from him, then he can get fat again.
Can we get Taylor Decker?
Taylor Decker, the guy for the Lions? He's a Lion?
He's a free agent.
No, that's the guy I'm talking about. Taylor Decker, the one who just got released.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Got released.
That makes much more sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because I'd rather have him at right tackle, and then you take I can never say it, Rosengarten or whatever, and move him into guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so let me go down the list of like maybe 20 guys here. That's
Trey Hendrickson's number one. That's the hot target.
It's Tyreek Hill, Trey Hendrickson, Jawan Taylor, Taylor Decker, Marshawn Lattimore, Trayvon Diggs, Christian Kirk, Debo Samuel, Braden Smith, who's a right tackle, Elgton Jenkins from Green Bay, who's a center that could definitely be a target for the Ravens.
Elgton Jenkins has played center, tackle, and guard like all evenly. He's played every position on the O-line.
Yeah, sich that screams Ravens, but I mean it's a whole new regime, so we'll see. Jonah Williams, Joel Bitonio, Kyle Duggar, Wyatt Teller, Hassan Reddick, David Njoku, Aaron Rodgers, Darnell Mooney, Joey Bosa, Lloyd Cushenberry, who's also a center from Tennessee, but I didn't know he was still playing, to be honest with you. Johnny Smith, Cam Robinson, DJ Reader, Jimmy Ward, Dre Greenlaw, who interests me a little bit.
Yeah, it does interest me as well.
Levante David and Bobby Wagner are both free agents, but they're 35 and 36 respectively.
Old, yeah.
Bobby Wagner he's Roquan Smith, like plus 7 years. Like he plays the same position. Like you can't have two of the same guy.
Oh, so he's Patrick Queen.
Kevin Zeitler, if he wants to make a trip home.
I would love that back.
He's 36 years old. Joe Mixon is only 29. He'll be 30 this year. He's relatively young. I thought,
and he didn't play. And he hasn't played in a year and a half.
He was hurt all year last year.
He was hurt all year last year. Yeah.
Marquise Brown.
Could we get Drew Dalman, who just retired for the Bears last week? Could we get Frank Ragnow, who just retired for the Lions last year?
Well, how about this? Graham Glasnow, who they didn't re-sign at center this year with the who Detroit let go this year.
Yeah, we were talking about him like 2 weeks ago.
He's 33 years old. Von Miller's a mercenary. Cam Jordan.
Once again, this is all going to be health based too. These guys, I mean, their body takes a whooping.
I mean, there's some names on here that are, I mean, I'm just kind of like scrolling through that are still interesting, right? Like that you can hire for mercenary here a little bit.
Yeah. You go mercenary hiring. I mean, hey, what do we do with Matt Burke for 2 years? Mercenary hiring.
Another when we were talking about best free agent signings, one that I didn't mention was Elijah Vera Tucker to the Patriots on a 3-year deal. He's a really, really versatile offensive guard, and you can see desperately they needed more offensive line help in that Super Bowl specifically. So I like that signing from New England as well, shoring up that O-line and getting Drake Mason protection up front. And I'm sure they're going to be looking for a weapon. I can't imagine they weren't in on that DJ Moore trade just like the Bills. Why wouldn't they have been? Maybe they looked into it and they didn't like what they were going to get back, or maybe they just they had their eyes on somebody else. But I'm interested to see what they do because I mean they're coming off a Super Bowl, and they're still relatively young. But Super Bowl loss, Super Bowl hangover, that's a real thing. So
all right.
Anyway,
any more football stuff before I transition here for a second?
Yeah, I'm good. Honestly, I'm good on football. We talked about most of it.
Well, I got a little quick trivia. I heard it yesterday. Who are the single season Ravens sack leaders? I know the top 3 off the top of my head.
Doomerville had 17 for us.
Doomerville is number 1.
Boulware.
Peter Boulware is number 2.
Suggs?
And Michael McCrary, maybe?
Michael McCrary is number 3.
Wow.
Damn. Damn, I feel good about
I think
that.
Suggs.
Just
I think
flip
McCrary had like 14 and a half, and Suggs had like 14. Like I
Man,
said,
I
Well,
wouldn't.
Suggs, the thing with Suggs though, he probably had 14 like 6 different times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, I probably wouldn't have got Doomerville, but the fact I got the other two, I feel pretty good about on the first.
I knew Doomerville had a big year for us. I think
you remember?
didn't Justin Houston have like 14 sacks for us one year at like
He had
age
like
40?
11. He had like 10 or 11. What?
Ngakwe,
yeah.
I think he's had one total sack and 2 stints with us, probably.
Yannick Ngakwe.
I remember the Doomerville situation and how we ended up getting him. The Broncos screwed up something with like a fax machine and something with a fax. It screwed up the paperwork.
Yeah.
And
they couldn't get to Kinko's on time, and so we got them. Yeah.
They don't open on time.
He was so pissed that he ended up becoming a Raven. Like, what?
I loved it. Oh, that was great. I remember when I found that out. We were
I couldn't
getting
believe
Doomerville.
that.
I was
like,
over the
we're
moon.
getting Elvis Doomerville. Are you sure?
And it was because like either the paperwork went in that he didn't get a bonus, or he got the bonus that they didn't want to give him. So they were like, we got to ship him off. Like we got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, it was a really weird situation, but I remember that.
All right, transitioning. We'll do one major league take here, spring training, before we get into the WBC, because I'm sure that's what we all want to talk about.
Yeah.
Orioles Hall of Fame came out today.
Yes, it did.
Chris Davis, Jim Russo, and Storm Davis all getting into the. Sorry, go ahead.
Put Chris Davis aside, and look, I hate to say this, because we're obviously massive Oriole fans, but I guess I'm not enough of an Oriole fan. Who's Jim Russo?
Don't know.
I don't know. He looks like, from his picture, he looks like he was an announcer, but to be
An
honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. Before
and then Storm Davis is a name I remember my parents talking about, but I don't know any statistics or anything.
20-game winner.
Jim Russo was the Orioles' head baseball scout for 35 years, from 1951 through 1986.
That's why you don't know.
And his first 3 years with the Orioles, where he was actually with the St. Louis Browns, because the Orioles didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
But he spent 35 years with the organization, and it says on Wikipedia that he's known for being, quote unquote, the super scout. He's one of the professional baseball's original, like, I guess, analytical scout kind of guys.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go. Guy I'd never heard of, but it sounds deserved. 35 years with the organization. I like that. Storm Davis is a guy I heard of, but didn't watch before my time. And then Chris Davis, I watched a lot of. There was a lot of good, and there was a lot of bad at the end. Mostly positive thoughts for me on Chris Davis, though, because of what he's done in the community of Baltimore, how much he's given back. And the highs were so high. That season, he hit 53 homers. Every time he came up to the plate, I thought he was going to hit a home run. He was flicking balls low and outside over the right field fence.
I was at a game where he broke his bat and still hit the ball over the fence. Couldn't believe it. First time I've ever seen that in my life. Only time I've seen that in my life.
Can you imagine being a pitcher and getting a broken bat and being like, "Fuck yeah, I got him"? Ball goes over the fence.
If Chuck's in here, it was Chuck and his brother. We were at a game and they were playing the Pirates, because Chuck and his brother are Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah.
And he hit the ball and you could just hear it. We're like, he broke his fucking bat and still hit that over the fence. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, he was just flicking his wrist with balls going over the fence. Yeah, look, I don't know. Is it Hall of Fame?
Six all time in home runs for the Orioles. Everybody else in front of us is in the Hall of Fame.
That's okay. Look,
the Orioles Hall of Fame.
I have nothing against it. I have nothing against the guy at all. I like I like Chris Davis in general, but it's just it's jarring because of how weirdly and how poorly
it was a flash in the pan. It was odd.
I mean, it wasn't even a flash. It was more than a flash in the pan. I got to give him that.
2.5 years. I'm guessing here.
Probably 3 years. Probably 3 total years. I mean, he hit like 30, 40, 50. And then that's when the down trend started after we signed him.
With Baltimore's first year, he hit 33, second year 53, third year 26, down year, and then the fourth year he hit 47. Then he hit 38, 26, and then he fell off. Okay, I mean, look, the prime's
Okay, all right. That's longer than I thought.
He had a good 5 years.
He had an MVP 3 and an MVP 14, and then 2 other seasons where he had 33 and 38 home runs. So, that's,
longer than I thought.
We're making the playoffs. He's the middle of the lineup, and we're making the playoffs in most of those seasons.
I mean, we have to feel about Chris Davis how the Phillies kind of probably feel about Ryan Howard at the end of his career. So you remember that last couple years that weren't great, and it sucked because he got treated like shit by the Orioles fans. But
without a doubt.
But I'm glad he finally made his way back. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? I'm sure that was probably hard for him based on the last couple of years that he was there. So.
Also one of the most effective pitchers in Orioles history, 0 ERA in his career. So, really great.
I can still see Adrian Gonzalez.
It's so memorable. Why do we remember this? Like,
I can see Adrian Gonzalez's face. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And the reason I remember it so well is because it went 17 or 18 innings, whatever it was. Is I left a wedding in the Outer Banks, and I had the Oriole game on in the first inning, and I got home from the Outer Banks, and the Oriole game was still on television. Oh my God.
That is freaking
Austin.
bananas.
You're not wrong here. Balls. Yeah. I mean, if you break your back on a swing, there's no way you should have enough energy to get that ball over the fence. That's why it's
ridiculous. That's how strong that guy is.
And I get his paycheck says otherwise, but I mean, some of the stuff that was getting yelled at him at the end of his career was kind of, and he was going through it mentally. Like, it's not like he wanted to do bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fucked up as well. I mean, he was trying to figure it out and wanted to figure it out, but couldn't.
It's a game. The baseball and golf. The reason I think so many baseball players play golf, not just because it's a similar motion you're swinging. It's because it's the same kind of, like, the game can really crush you, and you really have to. No pun intended there. The game can really crush you mentally, and you really have to work through it sometimes, and it's a battle with yourself.
And he also got screwed. I mean, you had the Adderall situation, which we're all very, very, very aware of. But then you also had, that's when MLB was cracking down on, like, no one using tobacco. And he used to have that massive chaw in.
God, he looked like fucking Tony Gwynn. Yeah.
It didn't matter. I mean, it was just, it was a fine. He didn't care.
But they would wrap it in bubble gum, so you just thought it was a big chunk of bubble gum.
Looked like Coach Brickma.
That's not the kind of tobacco he was doing, boys. He had he had long cut in there. He did not have like chewing tobacco in there.
Yeah.
That man took a.
Put hammers in there.
He's putting hammers in there, dude. It was impressive.
All right, baseball. Really, really bad news right before we went on air. Hunter Green, who we love from the Cincinnati Reds, is going to have surgery.
No.
It's a scope surgery on his elbow. His timetable to return, says initially is 14 to 16 weeks, July return. So this is not Tommy John. It's an arthroscopic procedure to remove bone chips and loose bodies from his right elbow. So
same
he's
thing
not
Grayson had, if you remember.
Wow.
He's not going to be pitching at least until probably after the All-Star break. And if I'm guessing, they're going to be very cautious with him. He's not going to be pitching a ton this year. And that's a big blow. That's a big blow because that guy's a fucking stud.
He's a stud, but it's going to be based on where they are in the standings. If they are not remotely close, he will not pitch.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to mention that at the top because I saw that right before we went on the air, and I was upset about that. Also, Jesus Luzardo, Philadelphia Phillies, gets a 5-year extension that kicks in a couple of years with Philly. So they lock him down after losing Ranger Suarez in the offseason. And, they've got stuff going on with Nola potentially twilighting in his career. We got Wheeler with the injury. We're not sure what's going on with him either. So shoring up that rotation behind Christopher Sanchez for the future. Any other
good contract too? So not over the top.
Yeah. Baseball guys? Anyone? You guys like baseball?
I like baseball too.
I heard a great. Have you guys been able to listen to the World Baseball Classic games?
Not many of them, but last night I watched and listened to the whole game.
Okay. Dusty, when I woke up like randomly at like 10 o'clock the other night, I watched the Great Britain USA game with the volume on, And there was a phenomenal piece of information dropped by John Smoltz or whoever, whatever the broadcaster is.
Adam Amin.
Yeah, he goes, they were talking about Pete Crow Armstrong and how this is the second time he's represented the United States. He played for the U12 USA team, and he was the pitcher. He was the stud pitcher, and the stud catcher was Paul Skeens. What?
Love that. Paul Skeens, the catcher. He was probably hosing people out at second base his whole childhood.
Super cool to see all the Air Force guys, the Air Force baseball team there yesterday. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know
they must be in town for a tournament.
You didn't know Griffin Jacks was a Air Force guy. They were talking about that after he got that big double play last night. I knew Skeens went there and then transferred, but I didn't know Griffin Jacks was an Air Force guy. I think he's the first guy that graduated from Air Force that has pitched in the big leagues.
I think that's what it said. First Air Force graduate to pitch in the majors. Yeah. Or to pitch in the WBC, one of the two.
His pitching coach at Air Force was a Millersville guy. He was he was the Millersville pitching coach after I graduated.
Oh yeah. Who do you have winning the World Baseball Classic? The USA, baby. Who else?
I'm going to say the USA.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about the pitching lasting. I'll definitely say that.
I like our depth of pitching. If you look at the other pitching rotations, I think there are lineups that could kind of match up with us, but I think our pitching staff takes us over the edge there because I think the DR is clearly really good. I think Japan is clearly really good, but I think the depth on our pitching staff is much better. But you're worried about it. Why?
I'm just worried about it because, I can't remember who came in last night. I forget his name off the top of my head right now. He looked shook the entire time.
Matthew Boyd, the lefty.
Yeah, Boyd looked shook. Yeah. Jax looked all right. Skeens obviously looked phenomenal. His ball was up a lot, though, which was kind of concerning.
It was.
Yeah. Dude, he's still fanned 7 dudes in 4 innings.
I'm not sitting here bitching about the numbers. It's just the ball was up, and he's better off down, and we all know that. We're not stupid.
I agree with you, Brian, but I 100% agree with everything that you just said because I was watching this like, dude, he's not even pitching well, and he's getting nobody can touch him because you're watching these balls. I mean, you've seen it on Pitching Ninja where it's just like 30 feet, and then all of a sudden. Like it just everywhere. How are you supposed to figure out what that's going to happen?
And he pays attention to the tunneling stuff like more than anybody else. If you listen to his interviews, he talks about that stuff constantly about how he never throws a waste pitch. If he looks like a waste pitch, it's not a waste pitch. You know what I mean?
Although did you see his slider last night? He could not get fucking close with his slider.
No, he was not.
You know what's crazy about him is that his slider's so nasty, but he doesn't even need it to get outs.
Oh,
it's a luxury. Like,
that's what's
so
he has about 3 pitches that are a luxury, Dustin.
Yeah.
At this point, that's how ridiculous this dude is.
He can go fastball, sinker, change, and still be the most dominant pitcher in Major League Baseball.
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah. But I'm just nervous about the pitching depth. I wish Scuba was pitching one more time, and I'm sure we're going to talk about that here in a second. I wish he was pitching at least one more. We haven't seen a lot of Mason Miller yet, which I'm sure we're going to see. And I got a weird feeling we're going to Johnny Holstaff it tonight. Well, I don't know if they've already announced the starting pitcher yet.
We don't need to win, right?
This isn't. No, I don't think so. I don't even think runs matter at this point. I still think we have the top seed. I'd have to look at that.
So Mexico can technically beat Italy, and they could both be 3-1, but we would have the head-to-head over Mexico.
No, we have
anyway,
Italy.
Right?
We have Italy tonight.
I know that, but
they have to play Italy afterwards.
But Italy has to play Mexico afterwards. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
technically, all 3 of us could be 3-1. But I think because we beat Mexico already, it doesn't matter. Because we would be the 2 seed regardless.
Yeah, I thought I saw something where like the run differential isn't going to matter. So we have to.
I think. We hopefully we win regardless, but I don't think we necessarily need to, and that's probably why Brian's alluding to the fact that we might just kind of use everyone that hasn't pitched yet, or give everybody a couple innings, and then keep the starters fresh for the quarters. And
you could hold staff it, or if Logan Webb needs to throw on his pitching, his pitching track or whatever, his rotation, maybe he throws an inning or 2 or something like that.
Yeah. I agree with Brian here. I think it's going to be whoever starts, and they might have already announced it. It's either going to be Johnny Holstaff or it's going to be whoever is in line to start this game just to keep everything moving. because there's been a whole lot of pushback about Gunnar not playing the first game or the third game, especially after he played in the second game, right? But I'm telling you right now, they went into the tournament saying, like, Bobby, you're doing the first game. Gunnar, you're doing the second. Bobby, you're doing the third. Gunnar, you're doing the fourth. After that, then we'll start getting down to like the brass tacks of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure these lineups are already made because you can beat any of these teams with whatever fucking lineup you throw out there, to be honest with you.
I think you're seeing Paul Goldschmidt at first base tonight. I don't think you're seeing Bryce Harper.
I think you're right. I think you give him a break. And I think the next round is when you'll start seeing like DeRosa be like, all right, let me figure out what the best lineup would be to throw out there against these guys. I think that's when you'll start. If you want to be pissed off in the next round. Yeah. This round, the lineups are already set. They're going back and forth.
Right now, Nolan McLean's pitching tonight.
Bobby Witter.
Nolan McLean starting, and that makes sense because he's slated to start the final if we get there.
I didn't know he joined the team, so that makes me feel way better.
Yes.
And Cabbage just texted
me. Also, Bobby Witt or Gunnar Henderson, right? I mean,
you can say that, but did you see Bobby Witt last night? Jesus Christ.
That play he made.
That play he made was ridiculous, and then he came out and hit a missile to left center. And it looked like the center fielder cut it off in the mid in shallow left center, and he was on second base before the guy even threw the ball in. And I was like, "Holy!"
Did you not
shit,
expect?
Dude.
I was watching this over our neighbor's friend's house, and we're watching this. We're like, Bobby Witt just made that play, and of course he's first up. What do you think's going to happen here?
He's going to get a hit.
Like this is going to be a bomb.
Basically, the same thing.
Like, happened. Just a double. What are we doing?
Yeah, basically the same thing happened 2 innings before when Judge threw the guy out third base. He came up second batter of the inning and hit that fucking missile over the right field wall.
Yeah,
love that. There we go.
This Cabbage is ripping me via text right now. I'll get into it after you're done, Dusty.
No, I'm done. Go ahead. What do you got?
Oh, Cabbage goes, I may be wearing a lady's vest, but you're the guy who comes over to Pig and Rooster and drinks Vages all day. I'm paraphrasing there. So I'm getting a little love-hate from Mr. Cabbage. He's over to Pig and Rooster, I'm sure. What's up, buddy?
Responding to Dell from earlier, he asked how was golf. I shot 88, Dell. First round in America this year. I'm happy with it. My goal was to break 100 today. I shot 88. I'm happy with it.
First round in America.
First round in
America this year. I did play in St. Kitts, and it went really badly. I almost killed somebody.
But I did, and Brooksy, did you? And I don't know if Dusty got a chance to watch it, but I mean, when you saw Christian Kirk's face running down the first baseline, and you see Bobby Witt got to that ball in the hole, he's like, "I'm fucked." Like, there's no
Christian
Kirk,
Alejandro Kirk, fat ass,
whatever his name is,
dude. If Christian Kirk was running down the line, he would have been in right field before that.
Like, he's the wide receiver. My bad. Yeah. He's the wide receiver.
Yeah,
Man,
the first thing I thought was like, "Oh, this is going to be a close play." How did he get him by a step?
Yeah, and then you see it's Kirk. Yeah, but Skeen, the look on Skeen's face afterwards is awesome. There's a lot of memes like
he just like smile.
He doesn't look at Livy Dunn the way he looks at Bobby Witt Jr. Yeah. You know, that kind of stuff. I love that. Yeah. I love that stuff, though. Michael Lorenzen, by the way, taking the bump for Italy tonight. Michael Lorenzen, good player. Guy I wanted us to sign a couple of years ago. Played a lot of outfield at the
Colby Mayo bombed today.
430, having a good
434 feet. Jesus Christ.
Having a good spring. A lot of guys on the Birds having a good spring. Honeycutt got off to that crazy start. Mayo's been good. Kerstad's been really good. As well, and you know, we saw Gunnar put up 4 hits in the World Baseball Classic the other night.
Did you guys
also
see
Michael
this video
Lorenzen
of this home run?
No, I have not.
It's
a bomb.
This ball is a fucking nuke.
Like Roman Anthony, like Roman Anthony's last night.
Oh my God, Roman Anthony.
Hold on.
If you heard John Smoltz, he was talking about something, and the guy throws the pitch middle in, and he goes, "Oh," and it's gone. Gone.
And there's been Jeff Passan has been.
There you go.
Oh, you got it.
You got blowed up.
Oh.
Can you make it big, or does that break everything?
Probably breaks everything. You know how this is. Probably wind aided.
Oh, you're making.
I don't care if this is wind aided. This
I'm kidding.
still a fucking nuke.
Are you
Can you
kidding?
guys see it better now?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's buffering.
Boofering.
There you go. That's better. That's better.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Who's pitching? Is that McCullers?
McCullers, yep.
Looks like McCullers the way he come to a set. Oh yeah, I love those low and inside ones that you just fucking
That just fine barrel.
go
you just
straight
drop
up in the
barrel on.
air. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good feeling.
That's the 3-wood, and normally it's the lefty guys that like the inside, down and in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's that
That
was
was
my
the,
that
that's
was my
the righty
favorite.
version of that right there. If you want to,
Yeah.
if you were wondering.
Wow.
Oh my god, that ball was. I mean, he just dropped dick on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope the Orioles continue this hot streak into the regular season because it looks like the guys are playing pretty well. The guys that are getting playing time. How's Blaze doing? I haven't seen much out of him. He's been playing though a lot, right?
Good.
He's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see how he did in the spring, and then I know Pete got off to the hot start. Nicaragua, Netherlands. No, I didn't watch that game.
The fight in Dusty Bakers.
Oh, wait, there was a fight.
No, the fighting Dusty Bakers. Nicaragua.
Okay.
I did see something come across the ticker about Cal Raleigh and Rosarena not being very friendly after the handshake or something like that, or missed handshake.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I don't know much.
He came up and tried to say what's up and give a dap up, and Cal Raleigh was like, "Nah, let's go." And then I guess Rosarena had some words after the game. I don't really know what he said because I don't speak a Spanish. So apparently it wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, I hope we win. I hope we get the number 1 seed because I don't want to see the DR or Japan. I don't know who play. I don't know which pools play each other next in the knockout stage. So we're pool B.
Yeah. I think it's A and B and I think it's literally A, B, C, D. Yeah, I think. Could be wrong. I could be wrong.
You could be wrong. We also have Canada, Puerto Rico tonight. Canada looking to stay in it. Puerto Rico is pretty much already locked up their pool over there. That team's pretty good too. Another team I wouldn't be very excited to see.
And they're playing men down. I mean, they don't have Carlos Correa, they don't have Francisco Lindor, and they're missing one other
Altuve, right?
Name. Yeah, Altuve. There you go.
Yeah.
So they're playing down men, and they're still doing well.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing in their home country as well.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
And that was a pro Mexico.
We were playing in our home country, and we were getting booed off the field last night. By the way,
okay, I got some stuff to talk about from last night.
Here we go. Yes.
So we were over watching the game at a friend's house, and they were like, something happened, and you could obviously hear like a pro Mexico crowd, and the women, my wife, what was that? F off and go
F off and go to hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's aggressive.
Where's the Rosarena at this year? He's not with Seattle anymore, but
I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
I think so.
That's gonna be awkward.
That'd be a fun little clubhouse talk.
Hopefully that was a fun little banter moment. But shit, where was I going with this? But Caitlin and my friend's wife, like they heard the whatever had just went on. There was a play in Mexico's favor, and like the most of the crowd was pro Mexico, and they were like, "Where's this being played?" And like me and my buddy go, they're like, "Where's this being played? Texas?" And we're like, "Yeah, Houston, or whatever." Like we said something like the same way, and they're like,
"Yeah,
so Texas." And I'm like, Yeah, but there's 2 Texas stadiums. I got to tell you which one. Am I supposed to tell you just like, yeah, the state of Texas? Yeah, they're playing in the state of California. There's 5 fucking teams in California.
Yeah. But that crowd, I mean,
and we were made out to be the assholes during that.
That's naturally how it works with us, you know.
It was probably, it seemed, it
was
sounded
90%
like 75-80% Mexican fans there. I mean, and you looked and every time they panned to the crowd, it seemed like it was mostly, green and red.
And I do have to bring this up because my wife, Caitlin, said, like, "You're going to make fun of me during the podcast today, aren't you?" I said, "Yep, sure am." So we were just like talking about what was going on during the USA Mexico game, and obviously the Houston comment came about, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my wife goes, "Gunnar likes to play with Legos." And I'm like, what? It was the most random phrase ever. Just
Is
because
she drinking wine?
Our friends here are not Orioles fans, obviously, and they are actually Detroit fans. But it just came out of nowhere. She was like, "I know something about Gunnar. Gunnar likes to play with Legos." What the fuck was that?
Caitlin tried to chirp you guys, and she's just not good at it. Yeah.
So yeah, he likes Legos, babe.
She gets the three of us back in her own verbal way. Trust me.
Yeah.
But so you were in your buddy's basement that has the Michigan State jerseys in the background and everything.
Yeah. We have we get the kids together and we call it combined chaos.
Nice.
We're just like, all right, the kids can kind of fend for themselves for a little while and distract themselves while we can actually maybe have an adult conversation for more than 10 minutes until they come over crying. So,
just happened.
But Gunnar likes to play with Legos.
Gunnar likes to play with Legos.
Gunnar likes to play.
It just came up randomly, and I'm like, thanks, babe. Good job.
You should put as your moniker, Brooksy. You should put Gunnar likes to. And then Dusty puts play, and I'll put with Legos.
Okay. And
Dusty
can't answer this question, but where is my namesake from? Where have you heard this from? He's obviously an MLB player, but if you saw this name in Dusty and I's childhood, you'd be like, I know where this is from. Did you play any?
I referenced it. I'm not allowed to guess. He's asking.
I would have.
Do you have any idea who this guy is? Do you have any idea who this guy is?
Yes, he was a relief pitcher. I also believe he was a relief pitcher for the Mariners, I believe, during like the heyday of the Mariners.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. It was always Heathcliff Slocum coming in.
I thought there might be like a family like tie there, like he was like your babysitter or something random.
He was just always the first one out of the pen.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I'm getting set up here.
He had the best name.
It was him and Glenn Allen Hill were the two biscuit. Every single time they announced them, we just.
Hi, I'm Ken Griffey Jr. Let's play Major League Baseball.
I heard someone chirp yesterday. Isn't it weird that the person with the most home runs for America is currently holding a camera and taking pictures of the team?
Yeah.
Ken Griffey's in the camera well.
Yeah, they keep showing him
photos.
like taking. It's so weird. Isaiah Pacheco just signed with the Detroit Lions. I guess to help with the David Montgomery loss. They're going to add.
That's Montgomery.
Yeah, don't hate that at all. He was at a down year last year, like I said, after the injury. We don't really know what to expect out of him, but don't hate that at all. And then that's pretty much. I don't think any other big free agent stuff has happened since we've got off of football. Which is, if this was yesterday, we'd have had 65 different things to talk about in between football and baseball. Just then. I don't see anything else. I did see on ESPN earlier this story about Gary Woodland and how after he came back from his brain surgery a few years ago, he was diagnosed with PTSD, and every time he goes out and plays, he tries to be thankful, and he really wants to give back to the public for how awesome they've been to him. And he just like says he inside he feels like he's like dying. It's tearing him up inside. And he was like, I'm tired of living a lie. Anyway, I recommend you read that article. Gary Woodland, a lot of crazy stuff has happened to that guy, but he's the fucking man. And he's very, very vocal and he's very open about his battle with everything that's gone on in his life, health-wise, and how he's reflected on it mentally. So anyway, I'm a big golf fan and I love Gary Woodland, so I wanted to bring that up. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's able to get back to some sort of sense of normalcy. But anyway, check on your friends, even if they seem like they're doing okay. Maybe they're hiding something and they don't want to talk about. And it can be nice for people to just reach out and just say, hey, how you doing, man? But I digress.
Baltimore city officer just got shot.
Jesus. Don't like that.
Fuck. Took one in the leg.
Okay. Any other stuff that you guys really want to talk about? I don't have much more. We went through a lot of stuff today, but I feel like we kind of did a good job of hitting pretty much all the big stuff. And we have another pod on Thursday. So anything we missed today, if we haven't covered it so far, we will either let us know, or we'll figure it out ourselves, and we'll talk about it on Thursday's show. I can't exactly find anything else right now that we missed. I think we hit most of the big stuff.
My son last night decided to throw me through a loop and drop a couple phrases that I've never heard him say.
Who's this?
My Banks.
Okay.
He's driving my car home in my lap from our friend's house, our neighbor's house, and he drops I'm trying to vibe right now. Let's party. I said, what?
What? What?
Excuse me, what?
Trying to vibe right now.
You need to say that. You need to say that right now.
Oh my God! Does he hear you on the podcast saying I'm let's party?
He must.
Brooks does say let's party. That's one of Brooks's things. Let's party. Speaking of golf, Dusty, what do you think about Patia? Is he cheating with his putter? You don't. I have been saying this for years. I do not understand how he doesn't get called out by the players. I think he's clearly anchoring his putter onto his chest. I think it's plain as day to see on television. They have great cameras.
He's saying he's not touching it, right?
They're saying he's not. Once again,
he's saying he's not.
He's saying it's not. Other players are not coming out and openly complaining about it, but there's a big movement online for people asking, like, how is this not a problem? I actually like Akshay a lot. I'm normally loathe pretty much everyone who uses long putters, unless you're like 60 years old and you're an old man, that's fine. But if you're playing on the PGA Tour and you're 23 years old or whatever, if you're using a big putter, you're a fucking loser. In my opinion, I like Akshay. I think he's anchoring it. I don't know if he does it every time. It seems like there's definitely camera angles and visions that and pictures that I've seen where he's 100%. His thumb is on the top of his putter, and his putter is touching his chest, or his thumb is touching his chest. And I don't think it's right. I think they should ban long putters in general. I thought that they did. I don't think they should be able to use belly putters on the PGA Tour unless you're 50 years or older, or if you're playing on the senior tour, that's fine. But I don't believe in it. That's my opinion, Randy. I think he's anchoring. I think it's bullshit.
If there's camera footage,
if the players aren't saying anything about it, so it's not like Rory or like whoever lost to him. It's not like Daniel Berger's coming out and saying like he's anchoring. This is bullshit, So I think there would be more of that if he was, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Just ban the putter if you're not.
I agree.
Yeah. It solves it. Randy's right. It saves the entire problem. There's no more conversation. Just ban the damn putter.
It's just like if your putter can't be taller than it can't go above your belly button or something like that. Just say that. Just like I don't know. But look, the people have been using these for a really long time, and it's been a point of contention among golfers and golf fans for a long time as well. But once again, maybe I'm as a fan overreacting, and the player, because the players, like I said, don't seem to care quite as much as I do. But I don't know. I've been frustrated about this for a long time. So.
Yeah, and Adam Scott looks dangerously close from time to time when I watch him play in both TGL and on tour. But if there's video or photo documentation, I mean, what's the argument? I mean, then he's definitely anchoring, and that's illegal.
It's also hard to say, like, right? I mean, he's touching his shirt, but is his shirt like hanging down away from his body? Like, where do you, like, how do you, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He had a normal putter on the Korn Ferry Tour, and he did fine. See, that's true. But there's a huge difference between the Korn Ferry Tour and winning the fucking Arnold Palmer Invitational. You know what I mean? So,
and he does know this is a rule because he's brought it up this year.
Oh, yeah, if anybody who's ever had a belly putter, they know it's the biggest rule is that you can't anchor it on yourself because it gives you a distinct advantage. But yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. I like Akshay once again. And kudos to him. I've always been I didn't think he was. I wanted to see him get over the hump before I was like confident in gambling on him, kind of thing, because he's melted down a couple times on Sundays. And he's really young, but he was playing incredibly aggressive golf this weekend, and he was sticking it. He was sticking balls, and he was making every putt on the back nine. And I was really, really impressed with the way he played. And we got the players championship this week.
I know. I was going to ask you about that, and I heard you talking about the Gary Woodland when I was using the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing article. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the interview. I do want to watch the interview. I'll probably watch it after we get done here.
Yeah. Big Akshay fan. Year away from a major, in my opinion. Yeah. I think Augusta sets up generally really, really well for lefties, but not necessarily for Akshay, because a lot of the reason that people like Augusta as a lefty is because it's generally people play cuts on the PGA Tour, and Akshay plays a draw. So he might be the opposite of a guy who is going to be successful at Augusta specifically, but the other three majors, I can see him taking home any of them. He's clearly talented enough. I mean, if you can win at Bay Hill, you can pretty much win anywhere. That's one of the toughest golf courses they play all year, every year. And he just went out there and took it down at 15 under and was nails on the back nine and really all day on Sunday. So good for Akshay. Happy for him.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
What are your thoughts on the players?
Rory withdrew. That cost me some money. My thoughts on the players. My thoughts on the players is that Scotty's going to have to get right at some point, and I feel like it's probably going to be this week. We haven't seen him win in like 4 weeks, which seems like a decade. It is ridiculous, but it's true. He's won here. He's won here in the past. He can win anywhere. He can outplay anybody on any day. And Rory's the defending champion. So, I would say if it weren't for the back thing, I wouldn't rule him out. I thought he was going to play really well last week, actually. And he had a good day the second day. The first day, he had a triple bogey, I think, that kind of took him out of that round. But of the guys down the board a little bit, I like Jake Knapp a lot. He's been playing excellent golf this year. He didn't play last week because he was sick. But I don't think he's finished outside of the top 11 this year so far. And he's absolutely killing it from tee to green, which is really, really a premium, specifically at this course. So those are a couple. That's a guy that I really like. But anyway, we'll talk more about it on Thursday because I'll have more information. I kind of do my my research for the week on Tuesday, Wednesday before the tournament starts. So we'll talk a little bit. Tiger never won in Phoenix. Yeah, that's true. He never won the Waste Management. He didn't play it a lot though. Towards the end of his career, he also never won at his tournament Riviera, which is interesting enough.
His home course,
but he won at Bay Hill, where they played last week. He won there about, I think, 8 times. And also he's eligible to play the majors on the Champions Tour this year. I know he's going to be playing the Masters. I'm pretty sure he is, at least.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if he skipped the U.S. Open, the PGA, and the regular Open to go play the senior versions of those events. One of which is at Firestone, where he has won a record 9 times. So
go get the juju back.
Let's go win a fucking major, Tiger. I don't care if it's on the senior tour. But yeah, he's come out and said openly, like he has in basically every one of his interviews in the last 4 or 5 years, that he would be completely fine going around a golf course and hitting a golf ball if he didn't have to walk, if he could drive a cart. And he said he just doesn't believe in it. On the senior tour, he's okay with it. That's why, and everyone's alluded to it. And everyone close to Tiger has said Jack played the senior tour, Arnie played the senior tour. Every one of these guys played the senior tour, and Tiger cares about the game. He's going to play the senior tour.
But they also didn't have a TGL going on at the same time.
Yeah,
and
it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. It's almost over. And the only reason they're in is because Tom Kim hit a freaking hole-in-one the other day, which was sweet.
That was sweet. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was sick. That was the best moment so far of the TGL, which I haven't watched a ton of, but it's always on at the bar kind of thing. And people like it. People are always asking me questions because they know I like golf. Most of the regulars at Turtle. And so they're like, who is this guy? What's his deal like? And so people are asking, and they're getting into it a little bit. So
we've started to get into it around town here. At least I can only speak for our friends.
Look,
we're definitely getting into it. It's fun to watch.
They picked a great time of year to do it. There's not much to watch that time of year.
I know.
So yeah, I don't hate it at all.
I got a question, boys. I know
I was going to be getting turned up on a Tuesday, but I guess I am.
I didn't know we were going to be doing a chip draft, and we already done a chip draft. But I just want to ask a question. Where do hot fries?
Are we doing a chip draft?
No, we're not doing a chip draft. We've already done one. But where do hot fries rank on your scale of like, let's say 1 to 10?
11.
You're not okay.
I mean, anywhere after 10, I don't care.
All right.
You don't like? So you
they're
don't
not
like
my
them?
top. No, I don't.
They're not your top list of
in terms of all chips or just
all
like snacks.
chips.
Or
Yeah,
what?
all chips.
If I had to give them a rating out of 10, I'd probably give them a 7. I don't think they'd be anywhere near my top 10 in terms of chips or snacks, though.
They're out of my top
do love
10 as well.
I will say I do have a bag because you bought 2 bags for whatever reason.
I know.
So you left an extra one here.
I'm not sure why I bought 2 bags.
There's also a half-eaten bag of Reese's Pieces, which I'm going to be getting into.
That was me.
A little bit later. Yeah.
That's why I was watching the World Baseball Classic. I was just chugging Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Oh, man. Reese's Possessive Pieces.
Yeah, I'm kind of in total agreement with you, Dusty. And they're like a 7 on my scale, but they're not in my top 10.
But I do like them. And honestly, they were a lot better back in the day because now there's just too many options in terms of like hot snacks. There's Flamin' Hot everything. I think there's Flamin' Hot Oreos, for Christ's sake. But back in the day, if you were looking for like a spicy snack, there was no Takis. There was no spicy Doritos. There was no, none of that stuff. No Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So it was Andy Cap's Hot Fries if you wanted a spicy snack. And I love those things.
If you want a spicy snack, you need to go see Andy.
Yeah, who the hell is Andy Cap? Sounds like a really out of work pitcher.
Power Caps.
Gotta say that's maybe where I got it from.
He's a hat maker. What's a hat maker called? What's that? What's that word?
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about? There's a word.
Yeah, there is a word. Like there's cobbler for shoes. What was the hat maker?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
A haberdasher.
A haberdashery. Yeah. So yeah, a haberdasher, but like you used to go to the haberdashery to go look for it. Yeah.
Oh my
shit,
God.
I should have known that.
You never know what you're gonna get here.
Fucking
you never know.
haberdashery.
we went hot fries to haberdashers in about 7 sentences.
You went hot fries to cobblers to haberdashers.
Oh man. Anyway.
Hey,
all right.
Renaissance man.
Nope. And we got all the conference tournaments are this weekend, right? So we're starting up.
Yes, we do.
Is it Selection Sunday this Sunday or next Sunday?
This Sunday, I believe, right? Yeah, because next Tuesday is the playing games.
Yep.
And then Thursday, Friday are like the legit first rounds. And Final Four this year, Indianapolis. Indiana.
Whoa.
And hey, if Miami of Ohio loses a game,
are those tickets impossible to get?
No.
It's a big arena. That place is huge.
They're playing at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, that place is massive.
That's a football field.
Yeah, that's a football field. Because I think the D2 and D3 championships are being played over at Gamebridge. Yeah.
Andy Cap is from Hartlepool. Life consists of I don't know.
Betting, going to the pub, and occasionally playing football. Sounds like a good guy.
I don't know if I can hang out with a guy like that.
He's one of our friends.
Holy shit. Randy, the podcast historian. I love that. That's phenomenal.
That guy is one of us. He's a Huckleberry.
Yeah.
We are going to wrap it up for today, but guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's show. We went through a lot of stuff. Hopefully, I'm sure there will be a lot more stuff to talk about on Thursday. We're definitely going to be talking about how this USA game goes tonight. When do the quarterfinals start? They're Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I just know the championship game, I think, is on St. Patrick's Day, which is going to be crazy if the US
is a Tuesday. Okay, so
next week is going to be a wild one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this weekend, are you guys doing all your
a lot of festivities this weekend. A lot.
Okay, so quarterfinals are on on Thursday.
Semis on Sunday.
Thursday, Friday. I can't really figure it out. Hold on. I think it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think the championship's the day before St. Patty's Day. I think it's Monday.
That'd be unfair to the team that played on Sunday to have to go play a championship game on Monday. There's got to be a travel day.
So the quarterfinals start on Thursday, and they go through Tuesday. Tuesday is the championship. I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, that's basically what it is.
Probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
Sorry,
then
I confused everybody, but also ESPN's website that is not helping me right now.
Well, they're worried about if LeBron wants to trade.
Yeah, they're worried about a lot of other stuff. They're worried about Isaiah Pacheco going to the Lions and not the World Baseball Classic. That's for sure.
But yeah, hey, shout out to Pig and Rooster. It's burger night over there, so go see whatever burger Dell and Nate and Sarge are cooking up.
I wonder what the burger is today. Do we know?
I do not know. Normally, Dell picks it out like right about this time of day, so he could be in the processing phase, or maybe he already made one up last night. But he had a breakfast burger a couple weeks ago. That was delicious.
Yeah, they had that one last week that was just like peppers, onions, and provolone, that kind of stuff. That's kind of my stuff there. I like all that stuff. So. Guys, thank you very much for listening, subscribing, watching. Go check out Pig and Rooster. Go check out that burger. And check us out on Thursday. We'll be back.
Check out the dive. The dive's killer. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew this. The dive did Olive Garden week last week. Do you know? Are you familiar with this at all? I know, Brooks, you live out in Indy.
You said something about this, but I don't know. I can't.
They do the dive, which we've done our podcast there from before, and or done it there before. And Peter Ennis, one of our good friends, one of my really good friends, he does a full Olive Garden night where they actually wear the Olive Garden outfits. Like they get the full uniform. They do an Olive Garden menu. I'm sure it's called like the Tour de Canton instead of the Tour de Italy, and They bring around the cheese grater and everything, like the whole shebang. So good job by them.
They market it as Olive Garden.
Olive Garden week. Olive Garden. I don't know if they're allowed to use Olive Garden week, but maybe they maybe they take an E out of olive or something like that. I don't know.
Dude, there were so many different versions of olive. There was Olive Grove, Olive Garden. There was
Olive Tree.
Olive Tree. Yeah.
Olives.
Maryland loves their olives, apparently. But I mean, little known fact, Olive Grove has one of the best crab cakes you'll ever have.
What?
Really good. Really good. Dusty, you can back me up here.
I can. I've eaten a lot of crab cakes. That's
right off Nursery Road.
All right, guys. Thanks again. We love you. We'll see you on Thursday. Check us out. And we'll see you guys.
See you guys. Love you guys. Be good.
Intros are weird.